Hello, this is video number 2 of this BMW 320d M Sport automatic. So the first video didn't show the brand new windscreen, so this is the brand new windscreen, no chip there, which it was on the old one. It's a brand new windscreen, and it is the gradual tinted top as well, and it's got a brand new rubber surround as well. So a brand new rubber surround, new windscreen, add to the factory spec. Also had a brand new front splitter by KSB styling. So that front splitter there had a crack in the splitter there, I think due to the snow falling off the bonnet the other week, and it just cracked it there. So the old one's in there. That's a brand new box which this came in, and that is obviously properly fitted, nut and bolted to the front of the bumper as well. It's not just self-tapped in with these flimsy screws. That is nut and bolted. So that's a good 1 hour job to do that. Right, so ceramic coated, just been ceramic coated as well now. So even the wheels have been ceramic coated. So all immaculate, like we said before. Brand new brake disc and pads all round. New shockers to the rear as well, ceramic coated. No expense spared whatsoever. So all the paintwork now is like glass. Like I say, all the wheels ceramic coated as well. Even they've recently been refurbished, so even the inside of the wheels, they are silver and not all grotty. It's even got these plastic wheel covers as well, wheel nut covers, which most of them don't. All you see is these rusty nuts, which is no good. So this has got, it's even got some new locking wheel nuts as well, the McGuard ones, and it has been all ceramic coated as well. Came back from the MOT centre, give it another clean as well. We've cleaned under here in the footwell. The carpet is like brand new. All the pedals etc are all clean. It's a bit dark under there, can't see, but yeah, all that is nice and clean. So showroom condition. That's why we're keeping it inside as well with the rest of the fancy cars. We've got this Bentley which has been sold, this Focus RS. That's lovely. That is a that's 18 grand, that one. That's done 93,000 miles. How many then we've got this lovely R8 here. We just sold this to Australia, nearly £90,000 that. Australia for export, that's what they're fetching. But look at that, that looks absolutely, so it's in this heated showroom now as we speak. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, so let's get to the service history documents. A lot of people asking me about service history. Start on the MOT. You can see the MOT dates there and the mileages. So just passed on the 29th of November 2024. No advisories. This garage here called Hillside Garage. Last year it was actually done in February this year by the same garage, Hillside Garage, so they did it as well. The year before was a place in Sheffield, which was next to the BMW Specialist, and the BMW Specialist sent it through the MOT there. And then before that, it was a place down the road called Hobson's. So that's when we had this car in our ownership. I initially bought this car in 2020 off a chap in Mansfield, and I spent a lot of money on this because this was for me, this car. So I spent a lot of money on it, no expense spared. And then what happened was, as soon as I had it painted, my son says, "Dad, I need a car to use because I've sold mine." I said, "I'll need it for a few months." Ended up having it for 4 years. So yeah, so this was the booklet. So the service history starts from 155,000 miles from a BMW authorised dealer is that Leicester or Manchester? Manchester. So it was 2015 August at 155,000 miles. Engine rebuild. That means it had a new chain. That's what they did. They rebuilt it with a chain on that one. So it's a new chain because they all go apparently. Then they serviced it again here in a clutch kit as well. So that sounds about right, because these do have a clutch inside the gearbox, although it's automatic. There's a clutch inside them, just like all the VW, the SGs. They actually have a clutch as well, and they usually go around there anywhere from 150 to 200,000 miles. They will go. So it's had that done. Another service here again at the BMW dealer in Manchester. Major service as well. Oh, glow plugs as well. glow plugs were done, oil and filter. This is when we got it. So when I first bought it, we had it serviced, 196,000 miles. We had the engine oil done, and we've got all these, we've got invoices from there on. So all these, the invoices are present. We serviced it again at 205 in 2021. This one is the BMW Specialist in Sheffield. Got the invoice number, we've got the invoice here as well. And this was the last one we did for the brakes. So we did the brakes here, vehicle check, the front and rear brakes done. And that was on the 11th of the 11th. And then it went for the MOT and the oil service at this garage around the corner, the BMW Specialist called Hillside. So that's the service booklet. This is what they did. So they did the oil and filter service. Oh, it also had a sump plug repair kit on, because the sump plug itself, I think the teeth had been rounded off, or the thread had been rounded off. So it had a sump plug repair kit fitted, because they phoned me up and they said, this is a bit rounded off, this sump plug. And I says, well, what can you do? He says, well, we can put a repair kit on. He says, do it. He says, the last thing I want is someone ringing me up next year when they service it and say, you've got a dodgy mechanic that rounded off the teeth on the sump plug. So that's a brand new sump plug repair kit as well. 218.74. So I did the MOT at the same time as well. So that was by Hillside Garage. And then someone's trying to ring me. I'll call you back. And then this is the invoice for the new screen, 25th of the 11th. Trade price £204 for us, including VAT, which is really cheap. It should be about £300 retail. And then with a brand new front splitter, we got off eBay on the 25th from KSB Auto Styling. That was £100 plus delivery. This is the brake disc and pads, which we did personally here as well. 4 disc pads we fitted, and the rear shocker as well. And that was for my son Kieran, and that was on the 11th of the 11th. This is the 4-wheel alignment, which was done June 13th of June 2024 at 217,000, 1,000 miles ago. 4-wheel alignment. So before, you can see lots of red boxes there. So that's no good. Obviously, the car was all over the place. You noticed, obviously, going over speed bumps and that. And then that's the final result, which is all green. So the car drives perfectly straight. This is Prior Automotive in Sheffield. If you want to Google them, a well-established BMW specialist. On a year ago, this had a drive shaft wheel speed sensor and rear drive. Yep, so we had all that parts, and that was £327. So the drive shaft, I think it must have been knocking. So we had that done. This was the service they carried out in February 2023. Mike, do you know what? These are actually a 16,000 mile or 2-year service, whichever comes first. So they don't, they can be serviced up to 16,000 miles. I don't particularly agree with it. I think a car should not do more than 12,000 miles if it's diesel at all. A petrol car shouldn't do more than 10,000 miles before a service. But, they do invent these crazy service plans where it's 2 years. But, it's personal preference. So they had a brake fluid change done as well. Fuel and air filter service. That was £346. BMW recall in 2021. Which was for the airbag. I do remember. Health check went out all green. Then this is the oil change we carried out at our local garage up here. So we did it in 2021 at 205,000 miles. Carried out by DM Tyres in the village up the road. So he did that back then. And then here we go. We've also got the oil change, microfilter replaced. 196,000 miles when I first bought this. This was the first, when I first bought it. He had it done. We stamped it. We've got a receipt for. No, that's a pressure washer. That's nothing. Body shop. So when I first bought it, it had a dent on the bonnet and the grill area was damaged. The bumper. So I took it straight to Wayne at F&S Body Shop near Doncaster. That is. To Wayne, and we had. Sapphire black metallic description, supply, new bumper, new bonnet, and we put 2 new wings on as well at the same time. So we fitted the lot, and it was 2,796 including VAT. This is the receipt when I bought it in June 2020 off this chap here in Mansfield. That's his phone number. It was this vehicle, sold this, blah, 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 blah. That's a mileage. That's me there, Legan. DM Trading, that's my phone number, signed. So he sold me that then. That was for the police, if in case I got stopped going home. I paid $2,750 for it. A dent on the bonnet and grille, broken. So I had to have all that repaired. And that is, what's this? Tyres. And this is a tyre. This is a 255 35 19. 225, sorry, 225 35. So that's the front tyre. And they are 55 plus VAT. So that's the invoice there. And then we can look on the logbook here. It says number of former keepers, 9 former keepers. But we've had this since, sorry, my son registered it and applied for the logbook in March 2021. So I got it in June. I actually bought it for myself to use, spent all the money on it. Just as I had it painted, my son says, Dad, I need a car to use. I've just sold my car. Have you got a car? And I says, well, I've got this. He says, oh, that'll do. So actually, when he bought it, it was plain Jane. So he put the Maxton style side skirts there, look. He put those on. He put the aero carbon fibre mirrors on it. He put the, what do you call it now? The carbon fibre, here we go, steering wheel cover. And he put the dash carbon fibre wrap on it, put these rear splats on there, put that on, that rear boot spoiler as well, and then put this expensive twin tailpipe conversion on the back as well. So it's a proper, genuine, I don't know if you can see it's a bit dark under here, but there is exhaust fumes that come out of both these pipes, so it's not a dummy one. So it does look like a 335 M Sport as well. So he did all that to it as well. So he spent some money, these indicators as well. He put those indicators on, which obviously, what do they call them now? I forgot what they call them now, which they're just LED up and down. Some kind of film on there, which makes it look multicoloured on the rear, on the bottom fog lights. So, and the badges, the black badges, of course, look, the carbon fibre effect badges as well. He put that on as well, and all 4 brand new brakes. So he spent a lot of money on it. Like I said, I think we've probably got about 10 grand in this car. Over the last 4 years, we've got 10 grand in this vehicle. But, you know, it is what it is. It's only worth what it is. But it is a really good car. Unfortunately, because of the age and mileage, we can't put a warranty on this. No warranty company will put a warranty on this. But you feel free to come and test drive it. Make sure you're happy with it before you take it away. But, you know, I can almost assure you that there's absolutely nothing wrong with this vehicle at all. The only reason we're selling it is because he bought an M140. So we had an M140 in last month, and it arrived. I says, come and look at this. He looked at it, he fell in love with it. Absolutely fell in love with it. Went to the bank, got a loan and bought it. So yeah, so I ended up with this bike, or I ended up with this bike. And, you know, at the moment, I don't need a car, but I'd love to keep this one. But, you know, it is up for sale. It is really, really, in fact, did we do under the bonnet? Yeah. So on the video, the first video, clean under the bonnet, and then as soon as it come back from the MOT and service, there was dirty fingerprints on top of the bonnet. What do you call it now? Have a look. There's dirty fingerprints. I'll ignore that phone. Yeah, there was dirty fingerprints on there. So we've given it a clean now. It's absolutely mint under here. So be happy with that. Absolutely spotless. It is HPI clear as well, don't forget as well. This is HPI clear, so not being involved in an accident or an insurance claim through the insurers. And that's it. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you come and buy it. Thank you.